All right, so welcome to your first flipped classroom video. I'm going to go over sections 1.2, which is on points, lines, and planes. Just a bit of a heads up, you will be turning this in. Again, the latest you can turn this in is by Monday before midnight. After that, each assignment will be due by Sunday night, again before midnight. So just keep that in mind. You'll have to submit it through Google Classroom. Today, on Friday, you had signed up for Google Classroom, so you should have access to it. Nonetheless, that is where you submit your notes. I'll create a link as soon as I post this video where you can submit this particular notes for your first assignment. Just a bit of a heads up, this is what you're looking forward to as far as what we're going to do today. Make sure you have a table with, again, term, definition, picture, and notation. We're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 terms that you want to make space for. Okay? So let's go ahead and start with the first term, which is a point. Okay? So a point indicates a location. It has no length, width, or thickness. As far as a picture goes, well, look, this is the most fundamental thing that you'll find in geometry. And you, as far as a picture goes, you just label as a dot. Okay? Now, whatever this point is, let's say it's point P, right? All we do when it comes to notation is write one singular letter, right? Which is, in this case, P, right? And there we go, that's our notation, okay? A straight path that extends in two opposite directions forever. Again, something you're probably familiar with, which is a line, okay? As far as the picture goes, we would have two arrows at the end of our line. Let's call this point A. Let's call this point B. Again, a line has infinitely many points, but all we need is two to actually label it. As far as notation goes, we would say AB, and we would have a line with two arrows at the end of each, okay? A part of a line that is contained between two set endpoints, well, that would be a line segment, okay? All right, let's go ahead and make our picture. This is without arrows. Again, this is a line segment, not a line. One endpoint, let's go ahead and call that B. The other endpoint, let's go ahead and call that C. Well, as far as notation goes, again, we would say B, C, and then a line segment up top. All right, an infinite set of points that create a flat surface that extends without ending. That would be a plane. Okay. As far as the picture goes, for a plane, again, this is any flat surface. Let's go ahead and we need to label a plane, we need at least 3 points. Okay, so let's call this point A, point B, and point C. Right? So to label a plane, we need at least 3 points, or for a plane to exist, we need at least 3 points. And for a line, we need at least 2. Okay? Well, how do we label a plane when it comes to notation? That would just simply be, we just need 3 points, right? So A, B, C would suffice. That's how you label a plane. Points on the same line, this would be collinear. Okay? And again, a quick picture would be, again, there could be an infinite amount of things or pictures that I could show you, but let's just say X, Y, and Z. Okay, X, Y, and Z are collinear. As far as notation goes, there's really no way to say that. So a picture for this will just suffice. Points not on the same line. Okay, that would be non-collinear. Okay, so again, there could be many examples, but this would be non-collinear lines. Again, it's not in a straight line. So A, B, C, and D are non-collinear. Points in the same plane, that would be coplanar. Okay, and again, a picture of that, there could be many examples, like I said. Let's draw our plane. A, again, we definitely need 3 points for a plane to exist. This would be A, B, and C are coplanar. Okay, points not on the same plane, that would be non-coplanar. Okay, and instead of me botching this picture, I copy-pasted one just for you. So this would be an example of a non-coplanar. Okay, we've got our vertical asymptote and our horizontal asymptote. Again, all of those points would be non-coplanar because they're on different planes. All right, so we can go ahead. This actually should be 4. That should be 5. Okay, so we can go ahead and answer 1 through 5 based upon this exercise or this diagram, which we'll look at right now. So we've got to figure out how to name the plane. There are 2 ways to do this. Okay, so the first way is to figure out 3 non-collinear points, and that is the first way you can label a plane. Okay, so again, I could say this plane is R, O, W. That is one way you can label a plane, right? 3 non-collinear points. Okay, now could I use R, O, S to label this plane? The answer is no, I cannot do that because they are collinear. Okay, so I cannot use that method to label this plane. Okay, or name this plane in this case. The other way you can label or name this plane is with that M. Okay, so you can simply say plane M. Okay. Now there's other acceptable answers to name this plane. You can also say T-O-R. You can say W-O-S. All of these work, but again, you have to pick 3 non-collinear points. All right, number 2, naming 3 collinear points. Well, there's a few options here. One of them could be, again, I'll have to use commas here to separate them out, but R, O, S could be one option, right? T, O, W, those are also collinear, right? Or X, O, Y, that is also collinear. Right? All right, naming 4 coplanar points. Again, you might have multiple answers here. One answer, again, you're picking 4 coplanar points that are not collinear. Okay, so this is, you could say T, O, R, W, okay? All of those points are on that plane, so they are coplanar. All right, number 4, name a line. Again, you have options here. You could say RS is definitely an option. Okay. You can also say line TW. You can also say line XY. Okay. So those are all options for you to have. All right, naming a line segment. Again, there's plenty to choose from, but you could also say TO, right? You can also say RS, right? You have to make sure you're making a line segment as far as your notation goes, okay? But there are a couple more that you can also add along with this, okay? So there are options. All right, your true and false is left, and then I'll leave you with your practice problem. Still on the same exercise or the same figure. Are T, O, and R, are they collinear? Well, let's take a look. T, O, and R, they're not on the same line, so this would be false. Number 2, a plane has edges. That is also false because we know a plane has infinitely many points and extends forever, okay? All right, guys, so that wraps it up. Your practice problem for tonight is to answer the following. So based upon figure B, answer the following questions. Number 1, name 3 planes that intersect at point B. And then number 2, name 3 lines that intersect at point E, okay? So go ahead and try that out. And once you've done that practice problem, you can take a photo and submit it through Google Classroom. All right, thank you guys. I'll see you later.